My name is Manisha Chaudhary. Hello everyone, my presentation topic is compound semiconductor. In this presentation, I will discuss not only about compound semiconductor and its application, but also discuss about semiconductors, why we need compound semiconductors when we are having such a great element that is silicon. When we are talking about material science or electronics, then we can't ignore the contribution of semiconductors. The history of compound semiconductor can be traced back to 15 years ago when gallium nitride substrate was produced. Let's go through some important points regarding semiconductor. Conductivity of semiconductor is lies between an insulator and conductor. Simply we can say insulator has no conductivity and conductor has full conductivity. We are talking about semiconductors and we can ignore silicon. That's not possible. So silicon is the most commonly used element. It is the revolution of electronics in 21st century. Silicon is brilliant, of course, no doubt. The vast majority of our technology depends on it and will continue to do so. But it has limitation. Silicon has three limitations: speed, heat, light. One by one, I will discuss about it. First is speed. Silicon suffers from having relatively poor electron mobility, which determines the speed. Electron moves much faster in compound semiconductor than silicon. The high speed processing of compound semiconductor is 100 times faster than silicon. Now second is heat. Silicon is not good at high temperature. Modern IC with billions of transistors generate too much heat. Then we have to do some extra effort to cooling them. Alternative compound semiconductors such as gallium nitride and gallium carbide cope up much better at high temperature. That means they can be run faster and replace silicon in critical high power applications such as amplifier. Last point is important as photonics. Silicon is very poor at transmitting light. Other hand, compound semiconductors operate at lower voltage, can emit and sense light, generate microwave and resistant to heat. They can store, route, transmit and detect data at a fraction of the energy so that LEDs, laser and other photonic devices are used alternatives to silicon. Because of all this reason, compound semiconductors are preferable than silicon semiconductor. So let's talk about compound semiconductor. As name suggests, compound semiconductors are made from two or more elements. The range of possible combinations are broad and form binary, tertiary and quaternary alloys. Most commonly from group 3 and group 5 of the periodic table, and the elements are gallium arsenide, indium phosphide and other. Not only this, but other compound semiconductors are made from group 2 and group 6, zinc selenide and other. One more category is there, which is within the same group, that is group 6, and different element to make compound semiconductor such as silicon carbide. Here is the difference between single semiconductor and compound semiconductor and possible combinations from the periodic table. Now discuss about processing of compound semiconductor. It is divided into 4 stages. They are wafer preparation through crystal growth, slicing, and last one is lab and polish. Second stage is epitaxy. It has 3 subcategories: MBE, which is molecular beam epitaxy, LPE, which is liquid phase epitaxy, and MOCVD, metal organic chemical vapor deposition, and third stage is water fabrication, and last one is final test and packaging. Here are the characteristics of compound semiconductors: high speed operation, the ability of generate high frequency light emission, sensitivity to light, sensitivity to magnetism. Each property has its own application. For example, resistance to heat and radiation, which is useful in space application such as solar cell for satellite. This table shows that list of some electrical properties of selected compound semiconductors like silicon, germanium, gallium arsenide, zinc selenide, etc. with their energy band gap, lattice constant, carrier concentration. Following trends can be observed from above table. When the molecular mass of compound within a family increase by moving down in the columns of their periodic table, the energy band gap decreases, electron mobility increases, and the lattice constant increases. And the second one is by moving across the periodic table from the group 4A elements to the group 3, 5 and 2, 6 materials, the increased ionic bonding character causes the energy band gaps to increase and the electron mobility to decreases. The first in the world, Sumitomo Electronics succeeded in developing a gallium nitride substrate and began mass production. Here we can see one interesting point is particularly those containing indium such as indium arsenide and indium antimonide are having 50 times more electron mobility than silicon. When combined with germanium rich transistors, this approach could provide a major speed increases. Let's talk about one example of compound semiconductor, which is gallium arsenide metal semiconductor field effect transistor MESFET. Here is the cross-section view of gallium arsenide MESFET as shown in figure. Gallium arsenide is most important and widely used in many electronic devices. Today, many digital integrated circuits are made with gallium arsenide. The gallium arsenide MESFETs are most widely used gallium arsenide transistors. Gallium arsenide MESFET shows some advantages over silicon for use in high-speed integrated circuit, and they are as follows. As I said before, compound semiconductors having higher mobility, so electrons are travel faster in gallium arsenide than in silicon. Gallium arsenide devices are claimed to have better radiation resistance because of its larger band gap of 1.47 electron volt and the absence of a critical gate oxide. This consideration is important for space and military applications. Till yet, you can understand the importance of compound semiconductor. So here are the applications of compound semiconductors. In the power amplifiers for smartphones and other wireless devices, light sources for lasers, LEDs, etc., solar batteries, radio frequency communication, Wi-Fi, gyro stabilizers in satellites, and automobiles and instrument. Here is the diagram of applications of compound semiconductors which I discussed previously. This chart shows the compound semiconductor products. For example, power amplifiers, radio frequency devices, and its specialty is low power requirements, and products are cell phones, TVs. It shows they are actually using this new advancing technology. This diagram shows the advantages and applications of compound semiconductor. We can easily recognize advantages of compound semiconductors from whatever we have learned till yet. Because of their fundamental material properties, compound semiconductors can do things that aren't possible with silicon. So, in spite of its higher cost of manufacturing, we are dealing with compound semiconductors. Every coin has two sides like that. Compound semiconductors are having disadvantages as well. The processing is more difficult, number of defects in the crystal is higher, so the cost of making them is higher, and the last one is they are also tend to be more fragile. Recent research in compound semiconductors. Researchers researching possibilities of compound semiconductors which will help to create new technologies. Companies like IBM, Intel, and universities labs worldwide have poured time and effort into this challenge. For example, if you are having gallium aluminum arsenide and then vary the proportion of aluminum and arsenic, you can play with very weird tunes with them. Here, tune represents the new technology. Compound semiconductors will enable to wide range of developments from 5G to robotics. From compound semiconductors, we will deliver new imagined techniques for healthcare and much more because of their greater power efficiency. Compound semiconductors are used in high radiation environment. Because of their good optical performance, they are using for to enable lasers in quantum application, and it is directly related to photonics. Finally, it concludes the future of electronics is bright and still going to be largely based on semiconductor, but now that comes in many different flavors, which is compound semiconductor, and they are next generation of semiconductors. Here are some references which I have used. Thank you.